Hello all. Well, here we go. Episode 6 of Agatha All Along, and the story of how a 10-year-old boy who isn't real becomes a 16-year-old and finds Agatha. And does some other stuff. I have to admit, after my last review, I started to wonder if I was being a bit harsh. I kept seeing all these positive comments, people saying it's bad but fun. And I considered that my expectations were too high. Then I realised I was being seduced by mediocrity because I find nothing fun in this show. It's a bubbling cauldron of naff. I'm going straight into the spoilers because this needs to be commented on in context. We start with William Kaplan, or Teen as we know him's, bar mitzvah, which is happening in Eastview whilst Wanda is holding Westview hostage to her fantasies. This bit drags on. In fact, the whole story takes longer than needed. We get snippets of the ceremony, his parents, them dancing. Then he goes to get his fortune told, then it's Lillian who sees his future, is shocked and pops the sigil in his pocket. Though that's never really explained properly. The party is interrupted with news that something is happening with the barrier, and as Billy's parents race to get away, swerving to avoid cars, his mother crashes the car. William is killed and Billy Maximoff possesses his body, seemingly unintentionally. So just to point out, Billy Maximoff isn't real. Neither he nor his brother ever were. Unlike Vision, who was created from the Mind Stone, both his brother Tommy and he were constructs of Wanda's imagination. No more real than the sitcom world. So unless Wanda is God, he has no soul or real consciousness. Sure, something like this happened in the comics, and that was also convoluted and a stretch of the suspension of disbelief. But okay, let's go with it. Alice arrives as a cop and Billy is taken to hospital. He knows he's not William Kaplan, but not totally sure who he is. William's parents are strangers to him, yet he can read their thoughts. Next scene, he's home and can hear his parents' concerns, goes to his room, stares himself at the mirror and keeps repeating William's name. Fast forward 3 years and he's playing tongue hockey with his boyfriend. So yes, it is officially
the gayest Project Marvel has ever done.
Now, setting aside the look that Billy just happened to possess another gay child, William was 12 or 13 at the time. I mean, I hope William was gay, or that's potentially Wonder Woman 1984 levels of creepy. In case anyone can't tell from my accent, I'm English, or British, whichever way you want to put it. And there have been overtly gay men on TV over here for as long as I can remember. In the 80s, men kissed on a mainstream soap, so I really couldn't give a rat's ass about men kissing. As I previously said, it's nothing new. But these aren't men. They're children filmed snogging in extreme close-up. And whilst one of them is in a 16-year-old's body, he's actually just 13. And I'm sorry, that feels off to me. More so because it felt like they were behaving older than their years. I'm sure the YouTubers will make a more extreme point about Hollywood, but honestly, for me, it's just weird and feels out of place in a Disney MCU family show. I mean, it's not sex education after all. Anyway, in between them sucking face and declaring their love, Billy tells his boyfriend, whose name I don't remember, about being Billy and wanting to meet a chap from Westview to find out what happened. Cue Ralph Bohner in another overly long cringy scene where he reveals Agatha's part and mentions Tommy. Why is this mockery of a character even in this show? Who asked for this character to be back? Billy goes home, starts to look Agatha up whilst listening to, yep, you guessed it, that song. Then you just get the scenes from the first episode between him and Agatha replayed through his eyes. And Joe Locke seems to be stifling a laugh the entire time. Why did we need to see all that again? I got it from the first episode. It was all in Agatha's head. I don't need the punchline explained or underlined. Back to the Witch's Road, Agatha drags herself out of the earth. How? Who knows? Billy doesn't even ask. There's an exchange, a repeat of some of the last episode's dialogue, with more inconsistent characterisation, and it's revealed that Billy doesn't want to find his mum, he wants to find his brother, who is out there, somehow, and that's it. That entire backstory is way too long. For me, it had already outstayed its welcome when Billy was in William Kaplan's bedroom. The rest really adds nothing of value. It's also tonally off kilter with the rest of the show. Ironically, it's played straight for the most part, until Han's overacting, that is. It's flat and emotionless. I think there's an effort to evoke something, but there's no real reflection on the fact that William died, the emotional impact on Billy of stealing another's life, or how he even exists. So whilst this flashback is stretched, the things that would have given it depth are skipped past to get to children snogging in a car and the embarrassing arrival of Mr. Bohner. So, are you finding it to be bad but fun, or like me, just bad really? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. Until the next one, peace out.